And welcome to Benchmonster TV.
I'm Ashley Lynn Condre.
And I am the Benchmonster.
Thank you for joining us again this week. It's going to be hard to live up to last week's episode, but we're happy to be here and happy you joined us. We're going to have some fun.
Last week's episode was a world record breaker.
I know. I'm like, there's no...
4 hours, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds. It was crazy.
It was a
World
blast,
Championship.
though. We had so much fun. Such a cool guy.
And, hey, we got to go to Taco Bell afterwards because it was so late.
We
We didn't want to cook anything.
He brought up Taco Bell. I don't think I've had Taco Bell.
I haven't.
Probably since I was...
15 years ago.
I went to CBC. I used to go there all the time because it was on Road 68.
And I had 2 cheesy gordita crunch. Yeah. It was delicious.
I had a chicken gordita. I didn't know they had those. Oh.
Let's not talk about it because we might have to go there again.
No, we're not. No, that was a one-time thing.
One-time thing? What about Whoppers?
They're
2 for $5 right now. So.
I don't know. You wanted to have Whoppers like the day after the Taco Bell thing, and I said no.
Well, I need some comfort food during these times.
Enough.
Yeah.
You're going to wait a week or two before you have another garbage meal.
So... last night, we attended Stan Effordine's.
Yes, we were lucky enough. Stan Efferdine came to the Tri-Cities last night and talked to us about the vertical diet, and that was a blast, and learned a lot, had a really good time.
Yeah, it didn't last long enough, man. I wanted more. Yeah, I mean...
Could have definitely done another...
Wow, very impressive, yeah. It just seemed like an hour went by like in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was great. It was really fun.
So, how was your workout week? I have a little workout week to talk about myself because I don't like to toot my own horn on squatting.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
You had a nice squat day this
week. I squatted on a monolift for the first time, and I always had like a love-hate relationship with the monolift because all my life I've been walking out squats from a power rack, and that's how I set up my squat. Well, since the back went kaput and boom, bada bing, we went to Westside this year. And I went there to increase my knowledge on. Well, I want to show me how to box squat. Mm-hmm. And Wes McCormick showed up and showed us kind of how to box squat. So since I've came back from Westside, been doing a lot of box squats with bands and bands anchored forward, 45-degree angle. And I decided to test the waters this past Monday, only because I had to. Yeah, I could not.
Peer pressure.
I was peer pressured to show up, and I decided to get under the monolift and I don't know, it's nothing really too exciting, but to put 400 pounds back on my back and do some reps with it, it felt really good. And I didn't wake up the next day and feel like I needed any serious hardcore pain drugs.
You felt pretty okay.
I felt pretty good. It was a confidence booster, and the speed was good, and I survived.
What's next week?
I don't know. I think about maybe
450? 450?
Baby steps in the squat. Yeah, I know Nate.
You got a spotter.
Nate was talking about
using a box.
Nate was talking about I had 800 in me, but
I know that's what he said.
Last time 800's been in my back was probably 2002. So let's baby steps. Yeah, I don't need to be in a wheelchair just yet.
Big step though. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was excited, and
I
don't really
4 plates.
Scream too loud for 400 pounds on my back, but hey, that's pretty good for me for what I got going on the I got going on the L1, L2, L3, L4, and L5 S1. I mean, I know reverse hypers and all these therapeutical measures are great and they work wonders, and they do. But, I'm just scared to put a tremendous amount of weight on my back and have it go pop and then have to be for 3 days in miserable agony. And I don't think I'll blow a disc. Well, you never know anymore. I mean,
not if
body
you're
gets
safe.
Old.
Use your belt.
I didn't use a belt.
Your core tight.
I didn't bring a belt. I just tightened the core. I'm trying to build this up here, make this bulletproof like you. We got a picture of some abs here we're going to show later. Yeah, I don't have those.
I think beltless squats and deadlifts are really good to do on your warm up, but
no, I can't. I didn't plan on going heavy. I was just going to go to 3 plates. I didn't want to.
Didn't think you needed your belt. Huh?
Yeah, Nate said, let's put 4 in there. So we put 4 in there, and I did a single with it the first time. I was like, you know what, that felt okay. Then the second set I did 2 reps, and third set I did 3 reps, and fourth set I did 5, and it was feeling good, man. So I'm not really waving a flag like, hey, I'm a squatter now or anything, but hey,
full power.
No, slow down.
Full power lifter.
Yeah, but I like to go back and see what maybe 500 feels on the back. We'll see.
You should.
But
you should bring your power briefs. Like now that you actually have a spotter, I mean, because you've done it a couple times, like at our gym, just with me there. But now that you got
and I got quite a few.
couple people to spot you, you could play around a little higher.
Yeah, power pants, Predators. I got a whole archive of squat clothing here. Even got a canvas.
Maybe even get your knee wraps back in the game.
I like knee wraps. Yeah, I even got a canvas squat suit at the other house. So.
Do you really?
Yeah, could put that on too. We get real crazy.
think I've seen that.
But I was never able to master that canvas squat suit because it really buckled my hips underneath at the bottom. That scared me to death. But I know you got to sit back in it. I know there's a technique to using equipment, and I've never really worn it long enough to learn how to use it. But I don't know. It seems like a good time right now. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of downtime in the world. So.
Well, yeah, and I mean with your back, your discs and stuff, I think the suit, don't you think, would provide enough extra support that?
Well, I know a belt would help.
A belt and a suit seem like they're all things that would help you be able to go a little heavier, but feel comfortable with. Well,
I was trying to be macho gracho without the belt, and doing shit like that's gonna get it's gonna get me on the sidelines. So I got to be careful. Let's get into your workouts because we got a few videos to post here. We got some pictures to go through. We got a speed bench workout one of my clients did today. Got some archive footage here of a bodybuilding show in 2005 that
enjoy that for sure.
Todd Beecraft invited me down, and I found that on a DVD, and it was a weird VTS1 format. I had to convert it. So we got that too. What else do I got on here?
I think that was pretty much it. And we're going to answer some questions.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I got a whole list of things here I'm looking at. So let's start with your deadlift here. Now, this is what are we looking at?
You'll have to play
Okay, let's play it.
Actually, I think we only had one deadlift video. So this is 370. I had to do like, I think 5 or 6 triples this day at this weight.
Now, do you always pull sumo? Triples? Do you ever pull conventional?
Seriously?
Well, I don't know.
You clearly didn't watch this before you put it on there.
I didn't.
This is conventional.
Okay.
Good to know you pay attention.
Well, I had a lot to post today. Bear with me. I had a lot on my plate.
Yes, I do pull conventional here and there.
Well,
I train both.
I wasn't there this day. This was a Friday.
Well, I know, but you had the video.
Well, I had a lot of videos. But it looks good.
Thank you.
It hurts my back just watching.
It felt good. I did 5 or 6. I can't remember if it was 5 or 6. I wrote it down, but a bunch of triples, and they all felt good. Yeah.
Looks good.
Yeah. It was feeling pretty good.
Effortlessly. Now we're going to move into some squat.
Yes.
So let's play this squat here. Now, this is me spotting, if anybody cares. I should have sucked in my gut, but I did. I wasn't. I don't know. I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting that I'm going to be on video. So you need to tighten it up a little bit. So, good depth.
Yeah. So these are just a million triples again.
Million triples. Is that the programming? What it prescribes?
Yeah.
Okay.
So these felt pretty good. Everything was feeling good. I was really happy because my shoulder, a lot of times, like my shoulders and elbows hurt really bad on squat day, and I felt like they didn't hurt at all. Like my shoulders have been feeling really good this week.
That's a good thing. Are you taking that fish oil though a lot too, right?
I've been taking the fish oil, and then Josh has all these like shoulder mobility exercises he's been having me do like every night.
Okay.
And this week is the best my shoulders have felt in a long time. Like squatting wise, benching. Like today when I was benching, like usually I do the bar and I'm like, oh God, the bar feels like this great. But from the moment I did the bar, everything felt just nice and smooth.
So you're taking the Barlean's fish oil like I am, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I bought 2 bottles of it, and I'm kind of like a believer in it now. Since he recommended it.
I have a few things that I've been doing a lot better lately that I think are helping. I mean, I've been icing my shoulders after every workout, and just like several things I think are coming together. And like I said, all the mobility work I've been doing. He's been using a bunch of exercises.
I've been using the TENS unit on my elbows, and it's been helping too. I broke that thing out. Now we got another squat video here.
Oh, yeah, this is. I had to do 5 sets of 10.
5 sets of 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is just 225. But for sets of 10.
Well, I'm not spotting there, so.
No, because I should.
5 sets of 10?
Yeah.
That's 50 reps.
I know.
Jesus. That's a lot of volume. More than I want to do on a squat.
It like starts off so easy, and then at 10, I'm like, okay, this cardio session's great.
Well, that's how it works, man.
But I mean, felt good again. Like my sometimes when I'll do like the sets of 10 and 12, by the time I'm done, my shoulders will be kind of hurting and my elbows will be done, and I didn't feel them at all this day.
Is that because you switched up the programming somewhat now? Is that helping?
I think that's helping. I think that's helping my case.
Volume is the key, not beating yourself up all the time.
Between the programming and the oil.
Yep.
And the fish oil and. All the mobility. He's been having me do a lot of different mobility exercises.
And you kick the ibuprofen, which is a good thing because Stan talked about that last night.
Yep.
How
I know
was bad.
he did. I know. Josh was like, "Did you notice what was on his list of things not to do?"
Not good.
I'm like, I sure did, but I haven't taken that since he first told me all about that. And what's it called? Turmeric. Turmeric is what I
natural anti-inflammatory. Now what are we looking at here? What kind of rows are these, and what are they for? I've never heard of them. Maybe I should have.
You've never heard of pen layers?
Well, no, I don't know. Is it for what, deadlifting or for bench? Or I mean, it looks like a bench movement.
I mean, it's gonna help you build those.
Yeah, I like the way it looked.
Build your back up, man.
Bending over like that is a little tender on the lower back for me.
Not really.
Really?
You're not doing you're not doing the amount that you would deadlift with it.
Well,
it's not a ton of weight.
What are the rep ranges here? I don't understand.
This was 6 sets of 10.
6 sets of 10?
Yes.
And what day is this done on?
Or actually, excuse me, it was 8 to 12. And I always start with 12, and then I add some weight. And then towards, my last set usually is 8 with the heaviest weight.
So is this a deadlift day?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had just got done deadlifting.
I'm not familiar with that day.
You're not there.
What day?
And you don't have a deadlift day.
No, I don't. No, it looks good.
So you're not familiar with it, probably.
Okay, now you want to look at your abs? I was impressed. I mean, I don't have these, but I don't know if I'll ever have them. But
I've never had abs.
Well, you got them now.
And then last year when I hurt my back really bad and I couldn't deadlift, I couldn't do a lot of things. I started trying to work my abs, thinking that that would help my back recover and help it stay healthier. And so I was doing that, and then I kind of started to notice that when I'd look in the mirror, I could almost kind of start to see my abs forming, and then I kind of got more excited, and then I decided I was going to develop this awesome 6-pack in one of these days.
All I know is
because you always say, "Oh, powerlifters don't have 6-packs." Blah blah blah. Have you met a woman named Steffi Cohen?
I have not met Steffi Cohen,
but
I understand
she
has an 8-pack.
I told you to piss off with your whole theory about powerlifters not having abs.
I'm going to show you.
I want to be her.
Hey, I'm going to show you what a powerlifter. I have some pictures of me, and I don't have abs, but I'm strong.
You're just jealous.
I am jealous. Okay, well, I'm impressed, and every time we sit down and watch TV at night, you're on the floor doing crunches, and I sit there in the lazy boy with my feet up. And
I do laying leg lifts.
All of it. Yeah, I see you doing it all. I mean, it pays off.
And ab rolls. I do 100.
I just don't want to do it.
And the cool thing is I've actually gained about 8 pounds.
Okay.
And I feel I posted a picture last year, a week before the Arnold, of my abs, and I was at 10 pounds lighter.
Okay, so you're 10 pounds heavier.
10 pounds heavier last night.
Well.
Or today when that picture was taken, I feel like they look every bit as good, if not maybe a little bit leaner, but I'm 10 pounds, close to 10 pounds heavier.
That's impressive. Okay, what's our next video? Our picture.
I don't know.
Oh, me and Stan. This is from last night.
You are running this. When you hit what it is, I'll tell you. But I don't know what it is till you hit it.
Well, this is last night at the seminar, and I wanted to take a picture with Stan, and I got my picture. Okay. And there we are. He's got some big arms. I was gonna go warm up before we did this, but he's almost got me there a little bit. But that's Stan Efferding, and he's the boss. I'm impressed. He's got 22-inch arms, you think? Look at that bicep head. I'm impressed.
Yeah, very impressive guy.
Yeah, awesome night, man. Yeah. Made my day. Yeah. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you my abs. Now, this is a trip down memory lane. This was my first flight into the 350-pound body weight realm. And this was taken after I did 1,050 in December of 2007. And this is one of my buddies here, and I don't have an impressive physique, but let me tell you something. Weight moves weight, people. And it may not be pretty to look at, but strong. Yeah. Yeah, it's not. It's a lot to carry around. It's a lot of fun to eat. It's a great time eating because you have no rules, and you just eat by the clock every hour and 20. And I'm impressed. And that's my partner in crime there. If some of the stories we could tell.
Good Lord.
Yeah. And then let's see what happened here. Was this 6 months later? I decided I was still squatting at that time, And that was a big no-no because I was gaining weight and I had the CPAP machine and things were going pretty damn good. And then I turned into 363 body weight. And this, well, this is a cool picture. I like to post it once in a while.
This was 363?
This is 363 right here. This is
my God, it looks like you're going to...
This is the news team here. And interesting note, I did a 1074 on this day. Also, I would have done the 715, 20, 30-pound raw bench record that day because I was very strong. I listened to my friend Scott Mendelson, and he told me what to do, and I did it, and the warm-ups were rushed. And I remember I usually shirt up at 700, but 735 was on the bar. I think I took it to a 2 or 3 board and cracked it up like it was 135 and turned around and looked at my handoff partner, and I said the infamous words, I got the raw record today, which was 715 at the time. And woulda, coulda, shoulda. Maybe I should have given it a ride and forfeited my sponsorship with Inzer, but I was on a roll at this point, and that was good times. That's actually a lady standing in front of me. I don't know if you can see her. Very, very beastfully times there. I'm impressed. Don't want to go back there again, but I also had a panic attack that day in the men's restroom, in the stall. It's a story I like to tell.
What was it?
A panic attack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I came in to weigh in for that meet, and I snuck into the manager's office, and I stood on the scale. With my Chuck Taylors on and empty pockets, singlet underneath, it was 363. I went into the stall because I had to go poo, just so everybody knows, and the handicap one was taken, so I was in a normal one. And when I went in there and turned sideways and sat down, my elbows were hitting the walls, and I had a freak-out panic attack and jumped out and had to wait till the handicap stall was open. But it was a full-on panic attack, like the walls were coming in, like in a bad movie.
Geez.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Okay.
That's
Furthermore, this is a bodybuilding show that Todd Beecraft would invite me down for every July, first week of July maybe. And it was the Oregon Bodybuilding Show, and they would have an intermission in between sets or whatever, and they would come out to the auditorium of this high school. And this is, I found this on a DVD, and so I thought I'd play it. Basically, what they called me down to do was that, in 2005, they wanted me to come down and do some reps with 700 in a shirt. So I kind of picked a shirt off the ground, and long story short, the 700 doesn't touch. I try to, but it comes down, it locks up. So I just press them out. I think I do 7 reps at the time with it. And then after that, I do some 405, and there's some real familiar faces in this video, and I thought let's just play it and walk along here. That's Paul Roch there, if anybody remembers him, my infamous handoff partner. Walked away from the sport. And so this is the auditorium here, and these bodybuilding people are out there, and they're just watching me do some reps with 700. This is just a double ply Inzer Ragex, nothing fancy. I really wanted to touch, but it was last minute, and decided to see if it would work. And c'est la vie. All they wanted me to do was 700 for reps, and I was like, that's not enough. I warmed up. I think I did 6 raw, and I said, let's move down to 405 and let me get some reps for 405 real quick. I want to give the fans their money's worth, and so I don't do 20 reps here by any means, but I was pretty fatigued, and I just thought I'd crack out some. Yeah, the butt's coming up, whatever. I'm just showing off, having fun for the crowd. And then as I stand up, I'm moving over here, and that's Todd Beecraft over there. We're about to see some gigantic traps. I really like those chops. I look like a woodsman.
Go give him a hug or something. It's cute.
Yeah, I'm winded. Yeah.
Probably had a handshake, my bad. Yeah.
Probably had some thick red blood cells there. But yeah, anyway, I'm moseying around there in my West Side bar. But look at Todd's traps. That man,
look at that. Yeah,
the Trap Authority Chronicles here. This guy.
Trap Chronicles.
Yeah. I think that's Rick McClung there, if I'm not mistaken, too, at the time. This was a while back, I think I weighed about 300, 299 there, 302. It was a different 300, real thick, a lot of raw benching going on there. Didn't really train in the shirt that much. And that's the end result right there. Very thick, upper back, traps, yeah, it was a different physique that I was building there, and I was impressed. So, what did we do today? Thursday. Oh, speed bench. We trained Jacob Oram. This is a future potential team member for us, and I'm just going to talk over as I run him through it. He's 24. He's a young kid. He wants to join the crew. He's a 3-lift lifter, raw lifter. I don't think he really wants to get in gear. But we're just putting him through some 8 sets of 8s on the bench. We got 2 chains on there, trying to help him with his technique and form. he's a great listener. He's fun to work with. He's not green by any means. He's got a great foundation. I mean, damn near a 400 raw bench, 500 deadlift, 500 squat. Young guy. Need to get some beef on him though. He's got a CPAP. I might have mentioned that in the last episode. But we're getting him in the right direction. Working on his technique. Doing some volume. And as you can in the foreground there, you see Ashley Condre putting up some weight. Caught you on video. And a little bit of chain work there. And then I moved him into some incline with some hanging kettlebells. A little bit of stability muscles involved here for this kid. We went up a little heavier, but I wanted him to start here. I didn't want him to jump in too heavy too quick. I don't film every set by any means. I think he did 4 sets of 10 here. And we took in a floor press with some chains, my favorite. Told him to bring the bar down, and I told him not to let go at the bottom. And as you can see, he stays tight at the bottom, as prescribed. Got him pushing in a straight line. He was shoving over his face a few reps. One of my favorites here is the football bar decline extensions with chains. And he did 8 sets of 8 here. A little bit of volume. Keeping those elbows nice and high. And I think we did some seated shoulder press here. 3-4 sets. And I believe he ended with some pec work side delt, and he wanted to do a little bit more benching afterwards, but found out that the body was pretty fatigued after this hour and 20-minute workout and opted out of that real quickly. So, but that was the lowdown of today's show. So, short and sweet. Like I said, not 4 hours.
No.
Not till we get our next guest, and hopefully they're not trying to one-up it every freaking time. I can't be on here for 5 hours.
We're in trouble.
Yeah. Well,
it was fun though. I don't care. I'd do it again. I would have went longer.
Well, Hoff wants to do it again,
awesome. And we're gonna do it again.
And more than likely, he'll want to break his record. So we might as well just have
him and Tiny will both be back on the show.
Yeah. Well, I'll sit down here.
They got so much. I mean, both of them.
That's true.
I got so many compliments on the episode.
That's true. Yeah, they're good
really
people,
fun,
man.
Real good. Yeah.
Great people to start off with on this whole little enterprise that we're operating here.
They were great.
So let's move into the chat box a little bit.
Okay.
What do we got going on in the chat box, Miss
Ashley?
So
let's see here. Somebody asked. We were worried about it with our thumbnail having Stan in the picture of it. We didn't think about it till after the fact.
Yeah.
I was going to share it on Facebook and try to put it out there even more, and then we kind of realized that it kind of seemed like false advertising.
It was a cool picture from last night. Thought we used it.
Picture, so.
Yeah, false advertising a little bit. Sorry.
No Stan on the show.
Not
Sorry.
yet.
Not yet.
No. Not you got to remember, last night he was 60 cities in 60 days, and he was 58. And that's the end of the rope, man. I mean, he's traveled 30,000 miles or something, he told me. I mean, it was just, man, he's a lot of road wear, man. He's like
so busy.
Busy man, like seminar after seminar.
But that's so cool. What was it, 60 seminars, all for free?
Yeah. Awesome, man. Giving back to the world.
And knowledge is so cool, yeah.
I actually, he told me he was going to send me the vertical diet program, and, I'm one to do it. I'm one to do it. I don't know a lot about how to structure it, but I'm sure like he said, man, direct message the guy. He'll answer the questions. And I said, Stan, you're busy. I don't want to bother you. No, he's like, no, I answer 50,000 direct messages over the past 2 years. He'll get back to you. He'll write back. And I'm assuming that's Instagram DMs he's talking about.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Probably.
But, sorry about the pic.
Yeah. I think somebody wanted to see squat footage.
Okay, squat footage. I'm sorry, Jim. That will be coming. Not yet. Yeah.
The president came to my tiny town today. Was a sight to see.
Orange Blitz.
Really?
What town are you in?
Yeah, where was that at?
I saw him get off a plane somewhere on
nuts.
Facebook. I don't know where he was.
Yeah, let us know what town you're in. Let's see, Jim. In 2010, you hit 680 raw. Can you briefly talk about your training during that time? Were you doing conjugate West Side methods?
Absolutely was. And you know what? There was a raw meet coming up. And back then, I just put the shirt away and trained raw for 4 weeks. And the end result, I twanged my pec a little bit underneath. It wasn't bad. It was just a little fascia damage. But, I did 680 the week prior, and it was a touch and go. And I figured, if I probably do a 665 if I paused. But then I showed up, and I was really excited, and adrenaline was running, but basically all I did was drop the shirt work, which was 1,000 pounds and above in the shirt all the time. And then I would just train raw, and I would do 3-board, 2-board, 1-board in training with a chain or a band, and same tricep protocol. And one thing about, whether I put a shirt on or not, my raw bench is always, at that time when I was doing meets regularly, my raw bench was always between 600 and 640 any given day. I just whip off a shirt and I could do that. So all I did was whip the shirt off and ate more food and all that good stuff. And 4 weeks later, I did a 675 and a UPA meet. 680 touch and go in the gym. Wasn't even too sure about that day. But a lot of people don't know is I had a tester prior to that 680 warm in the gym. I actually did it on a half board. And when I put it up on a half board, I looked at my handoff partner. I go, I think I can do that without the board there. The half board's only, like what? Like half inch, if that. The one we got is a legitimate half board.
At the very most.
Yeah, and I had a great arch back then too. My lower back was good, so I could really arch the lower lumbar, upper. Had a little boiler too, so I was just out there. I had very, very limited bar stroke. So, but I was doing speed benching back then and a lot of board work. And when the meet was approaching, I just took the boards away and did like a 3x3 at 600, and that gauges me too. What I can do 3 times, I times by 10%, and that's basically the way I can touch and go. And so if I did 600 for 3 reps, and that was about all I could get, I got a 660 touch and go. At that time, I was a lot stronger and more conditioned, But we were in a normal world back then where you didn't have to wear masks and gyms were open and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I miss those days.
Yeah.
Those were good old days.
Jim.
For the next one?
Yep.
Okay. Also, will Nate ever be a guest on this show?
Nate?
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. He's invited, yeah.
If we can talk him into it, he's more than...
He deadlifts this time of night, so he's deadlifting right now. Thursday night's an important night for him to deadlift, and our show starts at 7, and I know he's in the gym pulling 7, probably for reps. So,
like with no.
But we're gonna get him on here. If we have to sit him in the chair next to us or Skype him from his house, we'll do it one way or another.
Do it like at the park. Like, does it have to be down here? Could we like go to the park or go somewhere cool?
Well, then we have an ambiance of wind.
Otherwise, it's gonna be hard for us to all.
We're just gonna have him get Skype on his computer at home and try it that way. I think.
But
that's the plan. We'll get him on here.
Yes.
Yeah, because he's number 7 in the world at 275.
Do you think he would do it with no? Does he want to be on the show?
Yeah. Okay. Censoring him is going to be hard because because it's free world and free speech, and he's going to say what he wants to say, and we're going to let him say what he wants to say.
That one's going to be a fun episode, also.
And he's going to expose my
very entertaining guy,
my comical doings at the gym. That every time I'm training with him, he says, "When I get on your show, I'm going to tell him what you're really doing in the gym." And I say, well, they believe what I tell them. Sometimes I fart around in the gym, people. I'm telling you, sometimes I'm in there, and that's my happy place sometimes, especially right now. If I was training for a meet and we're a normal society where COVID wasn't around, it'd be more serious. It is serious, but I just like to relax in the gym and enjoy it right now. And because that's the only vent valve we really have here in this crazy world.
I'm sorry. Let's see. Remy Shirley. Hey, Ash, my wife loves how lean and mean your arms are. What is your routine? She is just getting into training. Well, thank you. That's very sweet of you. So my training, I'm training for powerlifting. So I do all 3 power lifts twice a week. So I do, let's see, Monday I do like a heavy squat day. Tuesday I do a light deadlift with back work mixed in. Wednesday I do another squat day, but it's usually like my high volume, lighter day. Thursday is my like heavier bench. Friday is my heavier deadlift, and Saturday is my lighter bench. So I'm doing each of those twice a week, and then all the assistance work that goes with each lift. Yeah.
And diet's important. I know you eat clean and healthy.
I saw down there that somebody's asks about my diet.
We'll get to the diet.
I definitely can talk about like my.
Because you're always eating chicken, salads, and yogurt and oatmeal and good things.
I try.
Yeah.
And except when you peer pressure me to eat Taco Bell and Whoppers.
I love Whoppers.
God, worst influence.
I need comfort food. I'm stressed.
Gosh.
Synth wants to know, sets of 10 on the squat cardio confirmed, LOL.
Did I say I was done with my answer?
Oh. I'm excited.
I guess I'm done. I finally get a question.
You said whoppers. That means move on.
All right. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
thank you. That was very nice of you to say. That's very sweet of your wife. And that's kind of what my training's like. A lot of powerlifting, a lot of heavy lifting.
6 days in the gym, 1 day off.
Yep, 6 days,
Yep.
and yeah, a lot of powerlifting. I like to squat, bench, and deadlift. More squat and deadlift, but yep, lots of squatting and deadlifting. Okay, you can move on now.
No, you're the question reader person.
Didn't I think
Right
we
here.
already read it, Jim.
Sets of 10 on the squat.
Cardio.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what it feels like. Gosh.
Crazy. I don't do 10.
5 sets at 10, 225. I like.
Jim.
Pendlay rows make your elbows feel like broken glass. Really? I haven't had that problem yet.
I've never done them.
I've just been doing it. They just got added in. Well, I used to do them a lot. Roger used to have me do them too. So I've never had any problems with them yet. I'll let you know if that changes. But as of right now, no, they feel pretty good on everything.
I'll try them once.
And I didn't know what this Ash. Those are the gentlest Pendlay rows. LOL. What does that mean?
I think maybe
Gentlest?
you're just being nice and smooth. Maybe you're supposed to jerk them a little bit and like get into. I don't know.
Well, I was trying.
They're very gentle,
to
controlled.
Use just my lats instead of like getting my the rest of my body into it. I know. I was reading. I'm like gentlest. I don't think that's a compliment.
Gentlest. No.
Yeah, I don't know. They were killing. I mean, my back felt like blown up afterwards.
That's good.
But I like them. I like them better than regular rows, actually.
Mr. Elite has a compliment, I think.
Mr. Elite Entertainment. I would like to say a huge thank you for the great live stream last week. I'm sure many will benefit from the knowledge. Felt bad that Dave had work in the morning and keeping you lot seated for 4 hours. I know. I had no. Well, first of all, I forgot that their time is so much
3 hours
different
ahead.
than ours.
So he got off the internet at 2 a.m. and had to get up at 5
and
for work.
I totally didn't know that he had to get up that early for work.
Warrior.
I know.
He's a machine.
Once he said, I didn't know it till the very end of the show when he told us all. Like we had no idea that he had to work in the morning. And like I said, I kind of kept forgetting how late it was where he was at.
It was
he
good
was
times.
probably so tired. I mean, he was probably just really tired, but very entertaining, and it was a lot of fun. So we were very grateful for him for doing it.
Hell yeah.
Or to him for doing it. Let's see where. And thank you for the compliment. We're really glad that you're enjoying the show. Jim. Ryan in Ukraine, 2008. Beefy man.
Yeah, 3:33 there in Ukraine.
Beefy man.
Yeah, beefy. Yeah. It was hard to fly.
Oh, I skipped one.
You skipped one.
I skipped one that was a compliment on me.
Yeah, I did see
I'll
that.
go back.
Yeah. Ukraine, yeah, beefy. Yeah. Left here at 3:43 and then 20 hours on an airplane, 6 hours in a minivan with the guys, and by the time we showed up over there, and then the hoof and mouth disease, finding food, I was dropping weight quick, but we did find a McDonald's, an Italian place, on the second day we were there, and then we loaded up on calories, and I got back up to 340. But yeah, full and large and in charge, man. I went over there. That was my first time over the pond, and wow, that was a fun trip, man. Would do it again. You wouldn't have to ask me twice. Say, Ryan, you want to come to the Ukraine? I would raise my hand. I just got to find somebody to come and hand off again, because I don't have Paul Roch to fly over there, so I have to. Yeah, but I've not a heartbeat, man. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to talk about that trip anymore, but they just worship strength athletes over there, man. It was red carpet. Oh, unlike here in America, where it's frowned upon to be a big, strong person in society.
I wouldn't say it's frowned upon.
Well, people stare. It's a judgmental society
we
live in.
You get a lot of compliments
I
when
do.
you go into public.
Yeah, I do.
You get far more compliments than any. I mean, I can only think one example where somebody said something negative to you.
That was at the mall.
Hey,
what about the beach at Coeur d'Alene, Idaho? And I was going to make a new T-shirt. Benchmonster in the front, and that young gentleman who said I was jacked.
As F?
Jacked as F. I walked by, and I was strutting along the beach, like I normally do on Sundays. And this kid looked up, and he goes, "Man, you're jacked as F." And I said, "I'm going to put that on a T-shirt." Yeah, it's going to be Benchmonster in the front, jacked as F in the back. And not just F. It's going to be F-U, $K or something. We'll figure it out. Yeah.
I'm down with that.
So, Remy Shirley had a compliment here.
I know. I can't.
I skipped over it.
I know. I had read it earlier. I was excited to read it. And then Does Ash ever dry laundry on her belly?
Yeah.
Thank you.
When our laundry machine is down, the washboard isn't here. I just clean my underwear on her stomach. This is a washboard. Can't do it on mine. I'm not gonna show you mine.
You showed us yours. Although yours is more shredded than it was in the picture.
Well,
Shredded
better than 350 body weight. Jesus.
Thank you, Remy Shirley.
Paul Loeffler.
Next one. Let's see. Thanks for the advice on doing the belt squats. My lower back is doing much better.
Yeah.
We're glad to hear it.
Thank you.
That's very cool. It's a wonderful machine, I'm telling you. I mean,
Pit Shark is what we have too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, belt squat, pit shark. Same concept. I mean, it's also really good, like, if your shoulder, if you're having, I had shoulder surgery on my right arm, and so I couldn't do it. I was so limited. But I got on that belt squat, and, man, I was, like,
I like it.
Going to become belt squat champion. I was, like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing that got me by during my surgery. Is I did that every other day.
I remember.
I did legs every other day. Okay, let's see.
Jim says, holy F, that bathroom story. Yeah, it's a true story, man. I never told it. I just recently started telling that part of the story because we've been talking about back in the day when I was the biggest I ever was, and that was that meet there. 363 I was that day, and the episode that went along with it. I mean, there's a backstory to everything I tell. So that was, that's how it went. Yeah.
Good story. Where'd we go?
Todd Beecraft. Good
Todd
question.
Todd Beecraft. What if you would have set the Raw record wearing an Inversion t-shirt? That would have been so cool.
I would have been kicked to the curb so fast.
Yeah, but it's still an Inversion t-shirt.
Oh, he wouldn't find that funny. He had no sense of humor in that department. No, he was a bitter man. He didn't like the word raw and yada yada yada. I would have done it, and I have done it. Actually, posted a video one time when I wasn't getting the bench shirt that I wanted with the correct neckline. And they told me at the Inzer factory that they couldn't do it. They don't make those anymore. So I took an Inzer t-shirt with sleeves off of it, did a 585 raw, and I posted that video, and had a little bit of words to say after I pushed that up. And then 2 days later, I got the shirt I wanted. So I don't know. That was the old days in the old country. I think it would have been funny though. God, I should have. Yeah, I should have just did the 700 that day or something, man, because it was there. I'm not bullshit. I don't tell stories to make friends here. These are legit.
I believe you could do it.
I was strong that day.
Absolutely believe you could do it.
Mr. Elite?
Just wondering if there's any cues that you implement when using leg drive. Push back towards the handoff guy?
No, I don't get any leg cues. My cues that I like to get from my people are squeeze the bar, break the bar, head back.
He's talking about forward leg drive.
Oh, a cue for that?
You tell me all the time.
I tell
Push
you.
Your legs towards the handoff.
But I don't think I get that. I don't know if my guys say drive with your feet. I don't know.
What was the question?
What I say is try to slide towards me. So basically, when your feet are down on the ground, don't push down with your heels. That drives your hips and butt up. What I try to tell is try to push against the floor and slide towards me as I hand the weight off to you. And like you want to push towards your handoff partner. But that's where I put my feet. Now, your feet, you could be up on your toes. You could be at a different place. It just depends on where your feet placement is and what type of leg drive that you're going to get. So, but the way I bench, I try to drive the floor down and push back like this. When I was really flexible, I could actually contort my lower lumbar and actually almost have my feet behind me and standing up in a split. I know it may not look like that when I was doing it, but that's how I was trying to stand up. Like if the bench was upright, I would be standing up per se, just lay down, and I was trying to use every trick in the book to make that lift easier. But depending on where your feet are, that dictates the leg drive. I mean, if your heels up, I never benched like that, so I don't have a lot of advice. I've always been heels down, somewhat in front of me. I've moved them around. I've tried to move them way out here when B.J. Dirk was getting advice from Matt Lamarck and George Halbert when he was handing off for me during 2005. And so I tried to put my feet out and do that super wide base, and I just couldn't get that down. So I kind of opted, I kind of split the difference. Basically, I was in tight, and I tried to go way out. Then I came back in and just brought them back further and found a sweet spot, and the Benchmonster was born.
Let's see. Todd Beecraft says that day was epic.
Yeah.
Talking about that video.
The bodybuilding show.
That
yeah.
Was cool. That was a really cool video.
I found that today.
I don't know if I had seen that up until.
No, I was digging through some drawers and I got it right here. It says Ryan Kennelly 2006 Oregon Bench Expo. is what it says on it. So
that's the year I graduated high school.
I wanted to post that. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that was totally cool. That was a great thing to post.
Ashley?
Navy P. Ashley, can you talk about your diet? Yeah. I try to eat pretty clean. I've been trying to eat more calories than what I used to. I used to be like afraid to eat very many calories. But lately I've been trying to kind of gain a little bit of weight. So the macros that I've been trying to hit, I've been trying to eat more carbs. My carbs I've been trying to get around 275. Protein, usually I try to get at least 175, but I'm usually closer, like by the end of the day, once I've input everything, it's usually closer to like 200. And then my fat is supposed to be around 60. And so I've been on those macros for the last probably like 3 or 4 weeks now, and I've been feeling really good on them. I've been feeling like my recovery's been a lot better. Like my first 2 meals each day are pretty much the same. When I wake up, I have vanilla Greek yogurt mixed with vanilla whey protein, and then a lot of times I'll throw granola in it for some extra calories and crunch. And then I also like to eat a lot of oatmeal, so I'll have oatmeal with Adam's whole peanut butter and honey, and that'll be my breakfast. And then my lunch is almost always chicken, white rice, broccoli, and cabbage. And then the rest of the day it changes up. A lot of times for dinner we'll have steak. Last night we had steak and rice, and it was the second time I had eaten I had a lot of rice yesterday. And today, when I went to the gym, I felt really full and really good. But yeah.
And you do that Fitness Pal
yes
thing. Is that
yes?
Yeah.
I've been entering in my stuff in the MyFitnessPal, and that's how I can that's how I count my macros. Is at the end of the day, you can check what your macros are, and it adds up exactly. How many grams of protein, how many grams of carbs, how many grams of fat, and it counts all that up for you. And I just try to make sure that I'm staying around 275, 175, and 60 on the fat. And yeah, is there anything else that's important to? I like a lot of cottage cheese. I like to eat that before I go to bed. Cottage cheese, and I've been trying to eat a lot more vegetables lately, getting a lot more broccoli and celery and carrots. A lot of protein shakes. I try to have at least 2 protein shakes a day. I like to throw in raw eggs in them also. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm a lot more lenient than I used to be. Back in the day I would have never went to Taco Bell.
Mm-mm.
I would never have a Whopper. I would never
I'm a bad influence.
Eat for fuel, not pleasure, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm kind of trying to find more of a happy medium where I'm still eating clean and getting good foods, but I let myself have other things also. Just limited. Everything in moderation. So yeah, that's kind of the sum up of my diet. Is there anything else
I don't think so. Sounds like everything I see you eat.
Like I said, the first 2 meals that the oatmeal and the yogurt and the chicken and rice, those are my first 2 meals almost every day.
Same thing.
Yeah. And then my last meal of the day is almost always cottage cheese. So those things don't ever change. Dinner a lot of times is steak. But
ground turkey sometimes.
I was gonna say a lot of times we'll have ground turkey, in Manwich. The other day we had sloppy joes with ground turkey, and then we had vegetables on the side. Mm-hmm. What's the other really good? We call it Reuben's meal because our friend Reuben introduced it to us. But it's
black beans, corn, roasted red tomatoes, ground turkey, and taco seasoning.
And it's really good.
Yeah, it's low carbohydrate.
It's a low carb one. Yeah, well, that one's always a late night dinner. A lot of times, Sundays we go to Spokane just for fun for the day. And we get home pretty late, after 9 a lot of times, and so that's a perfect low carb meal. We're gonna go to bed in the next 2 hours or so, so that's a perfect before you go to bed meal.
I like it.
But yeah, those are kind of the staples of our diet.
Synth has a question.
Synth, speaking of CPAP, I'm in the process of buying one. LOL. Did you one, Ryan? Do you have one, Ryan? If so, do you still use one?
Absolutely. I have 4 of them. I collect them in case one goes kaput. I got another one. I have one I travel with. I have one. I don't know, man. When it turned my life around. It took my bench from 905 to, and a year later, I mean, damn near locked out 1105. 1050, whatever you want to call it. So when I realized how awesome they were, I picked up another one. Actually got it for free from somebody. And then I bought another one, and then I bought another one, and I don't know. I'm a big believer, man. I mean, eating, sleeping, training, man. If you just collapse that triangle on the sleeping part, and your whole world falls apart. So sleeping's most important, man. You can eat and train all you want, but if you're not getting REM sleep, that's dream state sleep. That's important stuff. And sleeping's not one of the things you hear about in gyms. Everybody's talking about this, that, and the other, but nobody, eating this, I'm doing this, I'm training this, but nobody talks about sleep. That's a big important thing. I think that's how you recover. That's how you recuperate. That's how you recover. That's how you grow. You don't grow during the day, that I'm aware of. So, but yeah, definitely get one. And Stan Efferding talked about it last night, and I was a little he said you basically can go to Walmart.com and get the DreamStation CPAP machine. And after it was over, I went up and talked to him. I go, well, that's a prescribed device. And Stan basically said that they make so many of them, you can get them on Craigslist and whatever, that they're just readily available. And I thought that was cool because it was always like breaking the law back in 2000 and, when did I get a 7? You had to have a sleep study. They're a prescribed machine. You had to have this prescription, that prescription. You couldn't set them. You couldn't change the pressure yourself. It was illegal. Yeah. That's the first thing I wanted to do is change the pressure on it when I got my machine because I didn't want a doctor setting it at a certain pressure. I wanted mine to go from 4 to 20 because my body weight fluctuates 30 pounds in 2 months. So that machine had to step it up when it need be. So I'm not a normal person, doctor, and you can't set it at 13 CFM and think I'm going to stay there. So I did my own thing, man, and I'm still here. So, but definitely get one, but have a doctor set it. Make sure you know how to use it, and then go to YouTube and type in your machine, and they show you on there how to set the pressure yourself, and you can tune it to however you like. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was reading the comment.
Okay.
Are you ready to move on?
Yeah, move on.
Sorry, I was just trying to get. Let's see. Where was I at? No. Big turnout at his seminar last night.
Yes, huge. Yes. 60 people there.
I think it was more than that. I think
60 or 70.
There was supposed to be about 75 coming.
Yeah, it was full.
I'm sure not all of those 75 came, but I bet you there's 65 to 70 people.
Yeah,
it was a hit. It went really good, I thought. I enjoyed it a lot. Ryan, how did you mess up your back?
Well, I don't have a cool squat story to tell you, a deadlift story. I don't have a real cool story to tell you. It's from contorting. When I first started benching, I laid on a 4-inch pipe in the lower lumbar area. I would lay on the ground when I was watching TV and just contort my lower spine, always bending it. I didn't know, anything about contorting the upper back. I didn't realize how important that was until I got into the 300-pound body weight range. Then I realized that I needed to bend that upper back somewhat. So then I got a 3-inch pipe and started. I think people used to ask me, what's the most painful part? What does 1,000 pounds feel like, and how painful is it to bench? And I said, it's not the 1,000 pounds, it's the arch, because I literally would contort so tight down there in the L1, the L4 area, that it was like I could feel. I was just effing up my discs the whole time I was doing that, and it didn't help also when I would roll a 1080 on my stomach, and then they couldn't get it off, and it would go halfway through my body. And I just did a lot of damage. And then I fell off. I was painting a house, and I fell backwards over a planter, landed sideways. My back cracked, and I thought that I was done. I mean, I could walk, but it was a 10 on the pain scale. Went to the doctor. They MRI'd my back, and they said, "You want the good news or bad news?" And that's where it all started with how bad my back was. And then the doctor said, "Don't squat or deadlift for a year." And I didn't do that, and then I tried to come back and squat a year later, and I put 225 on my back, and it buried me. It was heavy. It felt like 500. I lost interest in squatting, and as time went on, I wanted to make it. I wanted to squat again, of course, but now it's just kind of go by feel. I gotta pay attention to that lower area. But that's how I effed it up. Benching, sad to say, but there's going to be some wear and tear at the end of the day, and it's in my lower back. But it feels good, I know what not to do to piss it off, and I don't do things like that. Orange Blitz.
Clyde, Ohio. went to Whirlpool factory where I work.
So Trump was there. That was cool.
Okay, I was like, I knew there was a question where we had asked somebody where they were, and I couldn't. You're good memory.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay,
yeah.
All right, I gotcha. Cool.
Mr. Elite.
Is there any stretches or mobility movements that you find which relieves your back?
There is a, it's
Inversion table.
Inversion table. I have one of those.
Or I like to hang from a bar and let everything kind of stretch out. Kind of helps.
I haven't done that. The inversion table. I tell you what really makes my back feel great is light repetitions on the reverse hyper. Mm-hmm. Louis invented that machine, and every time my back is hurting, I go on there and I just put 90 pounds on there, and I'll just do nice, smooth, controlled movements, and it just hydrates and rotates the sacrum, like Louis says, and if I had one of those in my house, it would be golden. The inversion table effed me up one time. When I threw the anchor out of my boat that one day and I contorted, went to the gym, got on the inversion table, flipped backwards, heard the loudest pop I've ever heard in my life, flipped over the inversion table, and then I went straight to the ground and couldn't get up. Thought I ruptured a disc, seriously. So it scared me to death, and I actually don't use it anymore. And it's up at my other house, and it's made for 300-pound plus people. I think it's a great device, but I think I just used it on the wrong day, and I got bitten by my own snake, and I'm kind of scared, so... But reverse hyper, I don't do any stretches really. I'm just a big believer in reverse hyper and any type of lower back movements that stimulate the area and don't irritate it. So.
Because people will slam them down.
Your pin rows.
Oh, because oh.
It's controlled.
It doesn't feel right. Yeah. It feels like you should control them.
Todd Beecraft has a question.
Very controlled, gentle. Ha ha ha. Todd Beecraft. Speaking of Inzer, a couple of weeks ago you told a story that Gus told you to ask Inzer for $3,000 for making the cover of the magazine. Inzer was pissed and said, "Fuck you." What did Gus say about that?
It was Gus told me to ask for $5,000 for that cover of that magazine. Even more than that. And I didn't know any better, so I called up Inzer and I said, Gus Rethwich told me to ask, and I think I don't think Inzer told me. I think he said, you tell Gus to frick out of the Ross. And I still tell Gus the same story. I talked to Gus about 4 months ago, and we brought that story up again. I think when I called up Gus and I said, John Inzer told you to F off, I think all Gus was doing the whole time was laughing. That sinister laugh that Gus has.
He was probably like, I can't believe you actually did that.
If I remember correctly.
I don't think you figured you probably
would.
I
remember Gus laughing as I was telling the story. I said, I asked John Inzer, and he told you to F off, Gus, and he's laughing. So I think it went both ways. I think he was laughing that I asked him, and then laughing that was the reply that he got to send back to Gus.
That's funny.
Yeah, John didn't tell me to F off, I don't think, if I remember correctly.
I was speaking towards both of you.
Yeah, probably. But hey, 5,000. I mean, I just did the 800 bench. I'm on the cover. What a better time to ask, Yeah. But
you should have probably been getting something.
Yeah, well, and people don't know, but I asked Gus for $1,000 one time to show up at his Worlds contest and lift.
How'd that go?
It didn't go well.
So why? That's right. I remember hearing that story. So why did he feel like Inzer owed you, but he shouldn't have to pay you nothing? That's not really.
It's the soap opera of powerlifting, and
so cool.
and how lifters get thrown around in the middle of things, and there's a lot of blah blah blah. But it was a fun ride. I mean, with what Gus made me do, and when I had some 700-pound benches in the year 2000. This was 2 years before the 800, and I called up Gus. He was hosting his Worlds in Reno or somewhere, and I said, Gus, I'm gonna come to your meet. And I said, and I was putting my money where my mouth is. I said, I'll come down there, but every 700-pound bench I do, I want $1,000. I heard Gus. It's a 5-day meet, the Worlds contest, and there's $600,000 or whatever he makes down there. I thought it was the time to strike for money, but that didn't go over well with Gus, and.
That's pretty hypocritical.
Well, I mean, Gus is hot and cold, but I love Gus, man.
He's telling you to ask somebody else for $5,000, but he won't give you one.
It's hard to get in the powerlifting world. It's hard to get money, period. So, but back then there was money that was floating around, and if you knew how to get it, you could get it, and if you could sell yourself and be your own agent. And that's what Anthony Clark told me. I did the 800 pounds, and Anthony Clark called me up and said, Ryan, when people want you to do something, take no less than 2,000. You're the man right now. He told me that on the phone. And so people call me up, and I always say 2,000, and sometimes it worked and sometimes it didn't. But yeah, that was good days. Fun.
What are your favorite movements for back strength?
You're a deadlifter. For me,
Good morning is the first one that pops into my head. I really like good mornings, especially with the safety squat bar. Standing good mornings.
Standing good mornings. I'm reverse hyper, if you ask me.
And then reverse hyper also. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not a good morning person myself. In fact, I really don't. All my life, I never had a strong back. I never deadlifted. Squatted, yeah, but I always really wanted that lower lumbar to be loosey-goosey and able to arch and bend, and because I wanted to bench. So, but back strength, reverse hyper.
Good mornings and reverse hyper, I would say. I mean, it's like reverse hyper. That's one thing I like to finish off deadlift workout with, like 5 sets of 20. Get lots of blood in there. I really like those. But good mornings, I think, are one of my favorites to do for different variations of it. My favorite, I think, is standing with the safety squat bar, but I like them sitting as well. I like to use them with chains.
RDLs or no?
Yeah. I mean, those are going to hit your back and your glutes. But yeah, those are going to be a good one as well. Rack pulls, heavy rack pulls. Those would probably be my favorites for back. Good mornings, reverse hyper, and rack pulls.
Okay.
You got anything to add to that?
No, I don't. No, no, I don't. That's why I pointed at you.
Good morning, number one. I mean, as soon as I read it, I just thought, good mornings. And those are ones you just feel. I mean, I feel like I'm just getting stronger as I do them.
Straight-legged deads, maybe? I don't know.
There's other. I mean, there's other ones too. Again, like those are gonna hit like everything. Your back, your glutes, your hamstrings. But yeah, those are good too. But when somebody says back strength, I think good morning.
Or is he talking upper back strength or lat strength?
Maybe.
Maybe he's
are
not
you
talking lower
about,
back.
Yeah, my mind went right to lower back. But I mean, for upper back, like pendlay rows, pull-ups, lat pulls.
Bent over rows.
I don't know which kind.
Lat pull downs, horizontal, vertical. I do them all.
Yeah, I like to hit it all different angles. Yeah, I guess we should have asked for to specify.
Well, we just read it and we just go off on a tangent.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Sorry about that. Hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah. Synth has a question.
Where? I'm looking at a website that sells them currently. I stop breathing when I sleep. What else do I need to know? LOL. They have APAPs, which are CPAPs that are automatically variable.
Yes, get the automatically controlled one version. I don't think they make a static one that just get the automated one that can fluctuate between 4 CFM all the way up to 20. That's what you want, and make sure you get a water reservoir for humidity. Make sure you get the proper filters. Like I said, Stan posted on his seminar last night, Dream Station, and I posted a link if I had it, but he said go to Walmart.com. I don't know where you live, Synth, but that's what he recommended. And looking up the Dream Station machine, it comes with a humidifier. Then you got to find the right mask. Are you going to wear a nasal pillow, full facial covering? Then it's personal preference at that point. Just remember, if you get the nasal one and it leaves your mouth exposed, you need to get something to close your mouth, and that's what I have. I have the nasal pillows, but if I don't wear the cartoon sore toothache bandage around my forehead and the egg head.
I love it.
Yeah, it keeps my mouth shut, so you can't mouth breathe.
This egg thing. It's not as funny with my hand.
Yeah, you got one picture on your phone.
We're gonna have you wear it someday for an episode.
I might wear it just for 5 seconds. Yeah. Well, maybe next episode we'll bring out the.
Although I mean, it'll lose some of its effect, like when you're not in your boxers and the whole, or not boxers, but your underwear.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to go to bed, and you're taking pictures of me in my underwear. It's great.
Like I said, you're on your underwear with this big egg head.
It's my favorite time of the night when I put that CPAP machine on, because
mine too.
I'm going into another universe of dream state
never
sleep.
Gets old.
Yeah. I had a really cool dream last night too, man. It was all over the place, man.
Really?
Drool on the pillow. Yeah, it was
deep.
Oh,
sleep.
deep. Yeah.
Ryan, did you ever look into spinal decompression?
I have not. I'm assuming. I thought a inversion table kind of did that. Took the spinal. I don't know.
Yeah, but that's saying
decompress. I mean, it. I have not. No.
Yeah, I don't.
I thought the inversion table decompressed the spine by stretching the whatever, but I'm not sure.
Did you ever look? I don't know. Would that be where? Yeah. that would be some decompression.
It's got my mind
you're
spinning.
Going upside down or even hanging from a bar where it's
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I know chiropractors have a table that actually like pulls you on a table, flat on a table, and decompresses. I heard. I have not done it.
That. I have not seen that before. Donovan, where did you first meet Stan?
First met Stan at my first pro bench press meet. WABDL, Springfield, Oregon, May 17th, 1997. I showed up there, and that was the meet where I did a 457, and all the guys in the warm-up room were making fun of me as I stood right next to the little bastard that was pointing at my name at the bottom of the flight list, opening with 407. He goes, oh, look at this guy opening with 407, and I'm standing right here. And I was going to knock him to the ground that day, but
Why was he laughing at that?
Because in May 1997, a 407. I mean, that was a big bench in a meet.
So you just thought it was really
just some asshole that's showing up. Yeah, it's 407. Did 407, 440, 457, just missed 473. And I didn't see that kid after the meet.
I was going to say, what did he say after you
didn't see him?
Not only nailed that, but nailed the next two?
Oh, we were looking for him, though, I'll tell you that. But no, I met Stan there.
That would have been,
Stan, and in fact, one of my videos that I post, probably one of my lifting videos, shows Stan and I shaking hands together. And I think he did an 800 deadlift that day, just missed 600 raw bench. He talked about it last night and actually brought me up in the seminar. That was his first meet. I think he totaled 2,200 raw that day. And I don't know... I don't remember all the lifts. I just remember his bench. I watched him close grip 600 with speed off his chest, and I got clear to here. I think he did 585 and missed 6. I mean, that guy was strong. And, I told him the same story last night. I go, remember when we did that meet? And he spoke about it in the seminar, and just a trip down memory lane, man. Where does time go? Yeah.
It might be worth trying
kinesiology tape. I have some of that, actually. Tape. I have some of that tape.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Do you have some?
I got some of it.
Tape?
I know there's a method of applying it, and I need to go to the website and learn how to. I was supposed to put it on my tricep when I injured that benching in a contest one time, and I just never knew how to properly apply it and pull it and make it do its magic. So, and you don't hear much about that stuff anymore. CrossFitters use it a lot.
Are they arresting people for going to gyms in Washington like they are in New Jersey? Not that I'm
aware of. They like to give fines here. I think is what their big deal here is fines. Maybe, they're gonna give you a $10,000 fine. That's their ticket to freedom here. Is taking 10 grand from you. I don't know anybody that's got it, but I see what's going on in New Jersey, and that guy's a patriot, man. He's standing up against tyranny, and I can't keep up with what he's doing. He's in court one day, and he's kicking the wood off the doors the next day, and the cops are coming the next. I mean, this is a shit show. I mean, why? I can't believe where we're at. But no, they're not arresting anybody here. Not yet, anyway.
Not that we've seen.
Not that we've seen. Yeah.
Hopefully they don't.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely ridiculous.
Jason Gillen.
How did you meet Rich Piana?
Well, Jason, a buddy of mine, friend named Jason, at the Fit Expo 2015, cut me in front of the line, and
he helped you to cut.
He helped me cut. I was going to go stand.
You both were cutting.
Yeah. Well, the line went clear out to the venue. I don't know where it ended, and I just kind of took my spot there and got a picture with Rich and shared some words with him. I know Rich didn't want me to stand on his left side, and because that was my bigger arm.
Did he point out?
Yeah, you're too big.
Somebody pointed out that.
No, he said you can't stand on that side.
Cool.
So I had to stand on the left side, and I just stuck my tongue out and took a picture with him, and it was cool, man. I admired his YouTube videos, how he speaks openly about performance enhancing medicines, and he looked at me and he goes, yeah, you know, I can do it to a certain point until I can't get away with it anymore, until they come and get me. Or he made some comment like that, and we kind of chuckled. So he was a cool dude. I wish I would have got to know him a little bit more. And man, you just, you know, after you lifted at that meet, you know, and it was shutting down, you know, there was a time where you could go over there and they were clearing out the place, and you probably could have had a few more minutes with him, because, you know, he wasn't on this earth very long after that. That's it's a shitty thing, man.
No, it really wasn't, because that was 2016.
15. 16?
It was
January.
It was January.
Yeah.
It had just turned to 16.
Yeah. But yeah, I admired the guy, man. He knew how to market himself, and he was an awesome dude, man.
Very cool guy.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
Remy.
Remy Shirley, what is the heaviest dumbbells you've pressed? And so you ever press dumbbells in a shirt?
Never pressed dumbbells in a shirt. We got some 200-pound dumbbells in our gym now. Everybody does 150s, but, you know, Stan was posting some of his videos last night. He was cracking out 200s on the incline like they were nothing. And it was motivating to see. So, and like I said, we got some 200s in the gym. And when things are really rocking and things are feeling good, we're going to put those videos up of the 200 pounds. And we'll get some reps with them. 200-pound dumbbells are pretty heavy. But, you know, everybody, bodybuilders do them. Everybody, you know, cracks them out. So it's just a matter of time before we do it. I like to do this. I still want to do the rolling dumbbells with 115s, 120s, though. And that's kind of a little secret goal that I have. But I got to have video proof of it. I can't just say, oh, I rolled the dumbbells and I bench. I'll have video to prove it. So, But I've never done dumbbells in a shirt or a slingshot or nothing.
No, I don't think I've ever seen anybody do them in a shirt. It'd be kind of hard to get it set up.
Yeah.
You know,
well, the slingshot, you could probably do it. You know,
slingshot, probably, yeah.
Yeah. I never thought about that.
No, I honestly hadn't either.
I'm all about using apparatuses and things to enhance lifting and make it fun too. So,
did you ever meet Kirk Karowski? Would be great to have him on the podcast.
Where do we go?
Where'd we go?
What did we lose?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We have no video.
Can you guys still hear us? If you can hear us, please let us know in the chat.
Oh, we lost. Might help if you had the camera plugged in.
Has it? Oh no! So it's the same thing.
Yeah, we lost the camera. I forgot to plug it in.
They can hear us.
Yeah. Well, the camera's got to charge here for a minute.
All right, our camera's got to charge here. Okay.
I'm totally embarrassed.
Well, we can keep answering questions. Oh, all right, we come.
Yeah, we're
there
back.
We are. Oh, we're gone again. Oh.
Come on, camera.
At least we didn't have this happen last week.
Right.
Because that would have been horrible. They said they can still hear us. So
they can still hear us? Oh, I am embarrassed again.
We're sorry.
Didn't plug in the camera.
Again. Oh.
Okay, well.
Okay. So we'll keep answering questions, and we're charging the camera, so hopefully it'll be back on soon. Let's see. Let me find out where we were. You were talking about Kurt. You hadn't answered that question, right?
No, I have not.
Okay. So that's the question you're on.
Kurt Kowalski.
Your cat ate the camera cord.
Oh, God, I'm embarrassed.
Oh, jeez.
A blind podcast. Hey.
Sorry.
I'm still here, damn it. Kurt Kowalski. I met him when they were filming the Powerlifting Unlimited video. And it was at the Mendelssohn Classic. He was there and spoke briefly with him. Didn't talk too much, but he is definitely a person that I would be like to get in contact. He's got some great squat stories.
Really cool. Him on the show.
I've heard other people that have trained with him, and I think he's one intense individual. And you know, when I first saw him squat the 1,000 pounds for 2 reps on video back in the day, where he's screaming, "I just want to hold it! I just want to hold it!" You know, that was my first time seeing him on video. Then I met him in person, and yeah, he's an intense son of a bitch, man. I'll give him that. Love to have him on the show.
That'd be very cool.
I'm gonna turn this back on, see what happens.
See if we get
anything.
I'm not seeing.
I see you.
Do you see me?
Yeah.
Okay, now I see me.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're back on.
I hope. We'll see what happens.
Be. Don't go black again.
Don't go black?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay.
So far, God.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Where did I dropped the
sorry.
ball. Man, I gotta have a checklist.
Yes, you probably should.
Man, okay, we're on episode 17, and I'm
still
dropping the freaking ball. Yeah, I'm sweating. I'm embarrassed. Let me get the towel. God, man. Okay. Get our shit together. But that was Kurt Kowalski, definitely. I got to find him on Facebook or Instagram or something. I need his contact info.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I'll track him down.
So with Facebook and Instagram, it kind of gives you
I'll find him.
A better shot.
There's a whole list of people that we're going to have to try to contact that people want.
For sure, yeah. Yep, keep throwing out your recommendations if you have people that you'd like to see. That's a great one. That's definitely one we'll see what we can do.
Yeah.
See if we can reach out.
Where did we leave off for the questions before we had a mental breakdown?
The Kirk one. So
okay.
We're on.
I'm embarrassed.
Where was I at?
This is going to go down in history as the.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that video was like, hey, that's Stan.
Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about my lifting video I posted. I'm wearing a Nike golfing cap or something. I don't know what you call it. Scotty cap? We call them Scotty caps. I don't know why I brought that. I just thought it was cool to wear backwards. And I wear it in the video there. And I got a cut off. I got the signature Kennelly cut T-shirt that I prioritized and made back in the day. I didn't have big arms back then. I had 18s, I think. 18-inch biceps. And I thought I was something special at 221 pounds.
Big,
yeah. I was a heathen savage back then, though. So, yeah. Dynamite comes in small packages. I got some stories to tell back then.
Your opinion on high intensity versus volume for strength?
High intensity versus volume. I like high intensity, but I like volume too. I like to combine both of them together. High intensity. It's kind of a question. My brain is just really wanting to go all over the place with that. High intensity training, like HIIT, maybe? Is he talking about? Or volume?
Doesn't that mean like?
Well, for my volume days,
getting lots of volume and lots of reps and sets in versus focusing on heavier weight, more intensity.
Well, I train the West Side methods. You know, when one day is a dynamic day where we do super high volume, and one day is a max effort day where the volume is very low.
Incorporating both.
Yeah, not in the same workout. No,
right.
I don't do it in the same workout. It's 2 separate days. One for speed and explosive power. One for maximal effort. So, Alex Estrada talking about the spinal decompression table.
Hopefully that answered his question.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, you already read that.
Yeah. About the chiropractor. I've never been to a chiropractor for my back.
Never?
No, deep tissue.
Steve?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah, but nothing aggressive.
No, like
no aggressive adjustment. No, I'm not down for that.
Jason Guillen's Power Gym. Do you know he got defensive when I said your arms were bigger than his?
I missed that, Jason. There was a lot going on when we were standing there. It was real fast, and I knew what we were doing. We were probably getting the stink eye from 75,000 people in line.
A bunch of people,
but you know,
that's all right. Who cares?
I was 350, and you were 370, and
so nobody was gonna say nothing.
Nobody's gonna say nothing. And we had Rich Piana, and he seemed to
he
like me right
totally,
off the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah, however you introduced me, he was cool with it. He actually smiled and we chuckled and we had some laughs for the 30 seconds we were there. So
very, very, very cool.
I appreciate everybody hanging with us through the blackout.
Thank you for hanging in there.
Yeah, God.
At least we were able to get it back in a minute or two. Yeah.
Makes me want to cry. I always forget one damn thing.
I know.
You could have it down by this time.
Many thanks. Wait. Yeah, many thanks
Yeah.
both for the great live stream. You're welcome. Thank you very much for tuning in and for sticking with us through all the mistakes.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. We appreciate your loyalty.
I forgot to plug in the camera for constant power.
I know, that's not good.
Mark Henry controlling the camera. Yeah, he shut us down,
It
man.
was Mark Henry. Let's just
and we didn't even say him.
That jerk.
I didn't even bring him up, you know. Yeah, he's back here pulling the cords.
Yeah, exactly.
Damn you, son. How dare you?
Let's see. We can hear you back. In case anyone is interested, you still need a script to get a CPAP.
Yep.
What a joke.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that is a joke. That's so sweet.
Especially if you want a new one. I think the Craigslist ones are probably used. Yeah, script. I don't know if that's every in the 50 states. Probably. It's a prescription device, so yeah. It gives sleep apnea doctors a job, so.
Sorry. In case, nope. How about HVT?
High volume training? What's HVT?
I feel like it's something we should know.
High velocity training? I mean...
Is that the same person that asked that
question?
Jacob
McCurdy. It sounds like a familiar name.
Oh,
Core Club. Yeah, Jacob from the gym.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, about HVT.
High velocity.
Is that what he's talking about?
I'm thinking, yeah. I don't...
More clarification on your HVT?
I train a certain way, you know. I mean, there's no smoke and mirrors in my training. And I'm not going to say...
heavy volume training.
For me, volume occurs on speed day, and it occurs way out from a contest. When a contest approaches, I go back to 9 sets of 3 on my bench to build speed, explosive power, but when we're far out, it's 10 sets of 10, 8 sets of 8, 6 sets of 6, rotated like that. Heavy, it's volume. It's a ton of it, and that's why I like off-season training is what I call it when there's no meat in sight, because I like to train volume. It's a shock to the body. It gets us out of the 9 sets of 3. And just switches things up a little bit. That's the way I train. Everybody trains different. Everybody has their own way of training. So, and I don't. All kinds of training works. I mean, it's just a matter of once you get years behind you, like myself, you look back and you take bits and pieces from like this work, and that's what I'm gonna put in my arsenal. And then I take the same stuff and I prescribe it to younger guys that are on my crew, and and of course it's gonna work for them. And sometimes I guinea pig them too. We try other things and. You only get stuck in one state of training because then you'll become stagnant. It's constantly changing things up. And I always tell people when they walk through the gym, if you're walking through the gym and you're just your brain doesn't have to switch a gear, then that speaks volumes within itself about what type of workout you're going to have. I like to come in the gym and not really know the gist of the first movement, but then make things up as we go along and keep the brain having to shift gears. Always adding resistance, always adding chains, always adding hanging kettlebells. Shorter rest periods, supersets, slow eccentrics, just all kinds of fun. That's what makes training fun. So I was talking about it today, if I had to go back and do it all over again type of talk, and what I would do. And that's what I was telling that kid that I was training today. He's 24, and I said, if I had to go back and do it all over again, this is how I would train. I would train you this way. And, if I had a 400-pound bench, I had somewhat of a foundation, I would have done things much different. Been a world champion in 7 years instead of 14. So... But all I can do at this point is pass down that information, and hopefully somebody will listen to it. I think I know what I'm talking about. I like to think I do.
The guys that you've been working with seem to listen to you pretty good.
Donovan has a question, Miss Ashley.
I know, and I was talking, so I didn't get to that question until I was done with my sentence.
I'm sorry.
But thank you.
I am sorry. Not sorry. Sorry.
Well, you're going to be in a couple seconds.
Hey. No violence.
Oh, yes.
No Three Stooges
they
either.
They want to see violence. That's what
this is Three
audience
Stooges.
Wants to see.
Yeah, this is what you give people. Yeah, if you block it, yeah.
Should we give the demonstration?
No,
on how
no, deadlifter. You don't need to grip my finger. I got it.
I know, but then you can't get out.
Yeah,
I wanted to show them.
Hey,
how you can't get out of it.
I need these hands.
You got a bench tomorrow. Oh,
speed bench.
Are you bet?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Okay. Where were we at here? I got totally off.
Donovan.
What was the first gym here in the Tri-Cities that you started to lift in?
Tri-City Core Club. Yep, started there in 1989.
Oh, was he answering that question?
I don't know. I'm just answering which gym. I started at Tri-City Core Club in 1989, left there in January 1997, and went to a Real Gold's Gym in this town. That's where I went in 1997.
It didn't last as a Real Gold.
No, it went out of business. Changed its name to LifeQuest or StarFit.
It was 4
then
different
LifeQuest.
things. It was LifeQuest, then StarFit, then it went out as 509.
And now we bounce around the gyms. That's how we operate. They shut down over a course of time, and you just go to the next one and try to establish yourself there.
And then we went to Universe, and then that shut down.
Yep.
We went to he created his own little garage gym. We went to the UGF first.
Yeah, UGF Garage Gym, then Rab Fitness.
And then Rab Fitness.
Then Strong Foundations, BTB.
And then
just Pack. I mean, it's just it's the way the dominoes fall in life, man. You go to the gym that best suits you, and I like to train with hardcore people and hardcore environments.
We're lucky enough now we've got
two really good places.
Really
so
good gyms. I love both of them.
Remy.
What about the
wherever you're gonna go?
Oh wait. Oh gosh, I was gonna skip a couple. Thank you for being on every Thursday. I have said it before, but I really appreciate you guys' content. I will be tuning in every Thursday till you shut down. Well, thank you. That means a lot. We're really glad you enjoy it. We really enjoy doing it. Hopefully we're not gonna shut down.
Hey, Todd Beecraft here.
What?
About the blackout moment.
No worries. The short blackout made for a good comedy segment.
Yeah, we should have told jokes. As I was fidgeting with the camera, you should have cracked a joke about something. I asked you the other day, tell me a joke, and you didn't tell me one.
What did I say?
I don't know. Well, you made a joke about my dad. I thought it was pretty good. So. we got a sick sense of humor in this family. So
a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
But we got to. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen again. We don't have to tell jokes. So.
Hopefully not. But if it happens again, we'll try to start thinking of some jokes or impressions. Do my best your dad impression.
Cocaine Ablaze has a question.
What percentage wave would you recommend for dynamic effort without chains, bands, etc.? Example 70, 75, 80.
Yeah, 70, 75. I think Louis recommended 70, 75. And, I'm a big believer in 70, 75, 77.5, 80. I like to have those little increments in the middle. 45% with bands, 47.5, 50%. And so there's 3 different grips. So every time I widen the grip, I move up a percentage. So, but that's correct, 70, 75, 80. But you have to have a velocity meter or a Tendo unit to make sure that you're moving that bar with 0.8, between 0.8 and 1 meters per second on the concentric phase. And I have one of those. It's in the truck, and I need to charge it. Jason Gillian's Power Gym. Can I join you guys with my black slingshot? That's a Mark Bell slingshot. Yeah. Yeah, come on down and throw it on. I got 2 of those myself. Man, how many slingshots do I have?
God, 10.
6 Dark Side Ironware ones. The Green Atlas being my favorite.
Super big collection.
Yeah.
Of different slingshots. And
well, we're gonna have a wall when it's all over. I'm gonna have some like a wall of fame, and we're gonna hang them all up.
You should.
Yeah. Cool. Mr. Elite's got a question here.
Imagine hearing "Hey, bro" in Scott Mendelssohn's voice during the blackout. LOL.
I should have had it on cue, like a soundbite. Hey, bro.
So
hey, bro. Or even the way Dave Hoff did it. Hey, bro. Could have had a sound clip while we were having technical difficulties.
That would have been fun.
We kind of intermission.
Yeah.
Thank God you guys hung on and hanged out and went through the dark times.
We appreciate you not shutting us off.
These
clowns can't figure out.
Yeah. Man. Liquid breakfast, bro. I want to try that. I was talking about that the other day, the liquid breakfast that Mendelsohn talks about. Actually, I woke up the next day and I actually put, I got the egg white sponsorship, so I did 4 pumps with the egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and then I just took some oatmeal, throw it in there, and some Costco Optimum Whey chocolate, and blended it up. What else goes into that? I'll have to rewatch the episode. I think that was at the 3-hour mark we went over that, and it's been a long week, so, but morning protein shakes, spicing them up a little bit, so need to do that.
All right, so it looks like we have just 2 more questions here. Ryan, did you ever get in contact with Ken Lane?
No, I have not. I have not. I need to. I need one way or another. Just to get him on the phone for 5 minutes would make my bench pressing career complete. Just to hear some of the stories back in the day of how he did it, how he trained. I just want to hear him talk. And because he's one of the guys, man, in the Powerlifting USA magazine, 1993, Ken Lane, Anthony Clark. You saw black and white images of Ken Lane benching this way and Anthony Clark this way, and 700-pound benchers they were. And those are the people that made it believable. And looked at that, and I was like, it can be done. I just remember Ken Lane because the picture of him in that Powerlifting USA, it looks like he's got 22-inch forearms. And then I got the Ken Lane Secrets tape, VHS tape, and I still got it. And on there, he benched 722 in an Inzer Poly. And Ken Lane's got the forearms, man. And that's one thing I admire about Ken Lane was the forearms. Probably why I did a lot of forearm training. So, Synth, last question.
All right, last question here. I've been using the 8 sets of 8 rolling dumbbell extension for supplemental work, and I can already tell it's going to finally get me to a 4-plate bench. I'm converting a lot of people to the movement. Thanks.
Yeah, Synth, make sure when you do that rolling dumbbell, you do them.
Nice.
Thank you. Do them. It's an assistance movement, so do them for two weeks in a row, and then switch the angle. Try to do it on an incline, a decline, flat bench, and then don't do them too heavy too often because I found out the hard way. When you start cracking them out, and you kind of get a little, I hate to use the word sloppy, but when you start just cracking them out, there might be one time where you relax at a point and jerk it too hard and irritate this area, and then rolling dumbbells will hurt all the time. So do them a couple weeks in a row and switch to a different bar, football bar, straight bar, easy curl bar. But they're phenomenal. And don't be afraid to do 12 sets of 12. I mean, 80 to 100 reps. Yeah, especially on a speed day. Now, on max effort day, when we do the rolling dumbbells, it's 8 sets of 6, 6 sets of 8. But on speed bench day, it's high volume, and I like to do. I think Louis recommends 60 to 100 reps or somewhere in there. So I always try to push it more and more because Louis made a comment. And I know it's gonna be the one that drives me into applying box, but it says when you get older, you got to work harder. So my mentality in the gym is to work harder, and I'm finding out that I push it too hard too often, and I don't give myself enough rest, and I'm eating 3,000 calories a day. I'm pretty lean. A Whopper maybe once in a while, but I don't have the surplus of calories to feed off of anymore, and so I gotta monitor. I always say, listen to your body. That's what I say. I gotta listen to my body, and because I'm in the gym 6 days a week, and I talk to Hoff and Meeker and those guys. They train the gym one day and off one day, and one day Meeker trains 3 days a week. And I saw and I'm not saying I'm a 3-lift lifter, but Lillibridge trains 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah, I was like, God, is there something to that?
Yeah, there's something to take working
too hard
too often in the gym. Yeah, but bodybuilder, call me what you want. I'm in the gym training a body part each day because I like going to the gym. It's just if I don't go to the gym, I feel like I'm doing something wrong in life. So it's just I love going there, and it never gets old. 30 some years doing this shit, and still enjoy it. So and I always find a reason to go. And I plant little seeds in my head, when Louis Simmons says something, I twist it and contort it and I think, well, Louis said work harder. So yeah, more sets, extra workouts, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, definitely. 8 sets of 8, love them. Boom, bada, bing. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Longer than we thought you thought it was going to be like 40 minutes.
Well, I thought we were done when the camera died. I was going to throw
I know.
$1,500 camera about ready to go out sailing in the middle of the street in 1,000 pieces.
Glad it came back.
Yeah.
Glad it redeemed itself.
It did it. Remember, it did it one time. It went off again. So, yeah, Sony, what the frick? Yeah, I'm going to write the company.
But isn't that because
it's my fault? Yeah, it's my fault. I just like to blame other people.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to admit guilt and because I'm embarrassed. So, what do you do?
We do.
Yeah. But thanks for hanging with us.
Days, yes. Yeah. Thank you for sticking with us during the blackout. We appreciate it.
Yeah, and we'll do it again next week. And I need to get off my ass and find another guest.
Figure out who our next guest is going to be.
Yeah. Somebody said Jason Coker would be a good one. West Side guy. Let me get a hold of him. And I know Mike Wolf wants to come on board too. So yeah, those are just people that in the gym. We're just talking about to have on the show. So yeah, one guest at a time. We'll get them on here and. We'll pick their brains, and you guys ask questions, and we'll make it fun like it always is. Yeah. Hopefully, it won't be 4 hours, 3 minutes, and 3 seconds, though. Yeah, I don't know. That's a long time to be on this chair.
Right.
Yeah, my ass starts to sweat after a while here.
You had to pee really bad last time, huh?
Well, and nobody knows this, but I was gonna sneak over and get a bucket and just pee right under the table here. Nobody would know what's going on. Yeah, 4 hours is a long time to sit here, man.
Dave Tate.
Dave Tate. Yeah, Jan Blakely. Yeah. I think Dave Tate would get aboard. I hope. I had to ask him, but yeah.
I think he totally. Well, I mean, I totally think he. I totally think he would. I think it's definitely worth asking.
Yeah.
Do you have a way of getting a hold of him?
I went to his website, tried to look for a phone number. It's interesting. How my benching has suffered recently, but Dave Tate posted a video with Mountain Dog, the guy who had the heart attack recently, and they were on there. I think it was a 3-part episode, and Dave Tate talked about pinching the shoulder blades and. Ricky Dale Crane, taught me how to wrap my knees. Boy, I got stories, man. But no, Dave Tate was talking in a little seminar on the camera there about pinching the shoulder blades. And believe it or not, man, I've been effing up in the gym. I've been pinching my traps together and not getting the shoulder blades pinched. I fell in a little rut there, and I watched that video, and I just kind of went to the gym and I pinched my shoulder blades together and made night and day. It's kind of like one of those things when little things fall apart, it's a domino effect. Once your shoulder blades don't pinch together, you can pinch your traps and squeeze up here. But it's dominant. Other things start collapsing along the way. So and I don't know. It's just not paying attention to detail sometimes. I just lay down and, to be honest with you, I don't respect the weight. 2 plates, 3 plates. I don't really care. And I got bit one time. Tore a muscle under my armpit with 275 and 2 chain doing speed bench. Sloppy technique. So you got to respect the weight, man. Ricky Dale Crane, 1998, Irving, Texas, Wabdle meet. My first time on an airplane. Gus Rethwich flew me from Washington State to Dallas, Texas to compete against the Hawaiians. Frank Wakakua and Tiny Meeker. That was an awesome meet. Ricky Crane was there. And I walked up to Ricky. Ricky was a 170, 168, 800-pound squatter. And I asked Ricky, how do you wrap your knees? You know, because I want to squat 800. And Ricky's put my knee up on the table and showed me how to do it. And maybe that's not how everybody do it, but you know, when a guy squats 800, he's weighing 175 or whatever, and it was advice I took it back, and I wrap my knees like that ever since when I used to wrap my knees. So, love Ricky Del Crane. Yeah, cool name. Cool. I haven't heard from him in a while. Jim Veronin, too.
All good suggestions.
Wow, where's he at? These are names you haven't heard in a while. Jim Veronin.
These are ones. Should we write them here? Let's write them down.
I saw him. Whoa. We grab that later. You almost effed up the whole thing. You almost blew the whole show again, pulling wires.
Oh, it would have been fine.
Yeah. But anyway.
I would have just gotten yelled at.
Yeah.
Give me a piece of paper then.
I don't have a piece of paper. I don't have any paper over here.
All right.
Yeah. You got paper. You got tons of paper over there.
That's written all over.
On the back side, all that white stuff there.
You don't need this at all?
No, those are just interview questions. Yeah, there you go. Jim Veronin. Yeah, Ricky Crane. Todd Beecraft says, I talked with Jim still. He'll do... Wow. Jim Veronin, man. Yeah, I'd have to... Wow, that's cool. That's cool, Todd. We'll take that into consideration. And you'll have to email some contact info, how to get a hold of him.
Say maybe you can reach him for us and say, hey, I got these 2 friends that would love to have you on their show.
We'll work on that. Gus Ruthwich, Ken Lane. Maybe I need to call Gus. That's true. Maybe he might have some contact information, Ken Lane, because Ken Lane used to come out to his Hawaii Record Breakers meet back in the day. And actually, Gus told some Ken Lane stories, too. But Gus always had stories to tell about the Hawaii Record Breakers, man. But they kind of changed every year that we would get together and drink beers. The story would change somewhat. But it was all the same, though. It was cool. Craig Tokarski. No way, Todd. Wow. We got to have Todd on the show, too. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah, I got some wrestling questions.
Definitely.
Yeah, and strongman questions.
We've been planning on that, for sure.
Wow, he's got all the cool people he's talking to.
Yes, he does.
Craig Tokarski. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I remember he came to Tri-Cities a year before I started my powerlifting career. He made the Powerlifting USA cover. Craig Tokarski when he was here. And I think he did 700-plus bench or something. Gus had some stories about him. Wow. Yeah. But Gus has stories about everybody. So, hey, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And
thank you so much.
We'll do it again next week.
Tuning in and staying with us through the troubles.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Everybody be kind to each other, and we'll meet up here again next week, 7 p.m.
See you guys next week.
With some more shenanigans.
Like always.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.